Nelson Mandela once said, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived, it is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead." I believe that Dr. Sue Desmond-Hellmann has lived this quote from time advocating for immunizations in Africa to researching cancer drugs to eventually dispensing the Bill and Gates Foundation dollars around the world to make sure that immunizations are available to all. In doing so, she displays leadership, scholarship, courage, and service, all qualities recognized by the American Legion Award. Sue Desmond was born and raised in a Catholic family in Reno, Nevada. The daughter of a pharmacist and an immigrant mother, she spent many hours at the family pharmacy. This is when she decided that she wanted to become a doctor. She graduated from the University of Reno with a medical degree and went on to complete a residency in oncology and to obtain her master's degree in public health in San Francisco. Her time being taught by Catholic teachers who had a tradition of serving the poor may have helped shape her unconventional medical career. In 1988, her and her husband Nick would pack 2 suitcases to head to Uganda. She would teach medical school, study viruses, and work with cancer patients. Prior to this, the furthest that she had ever traveled was to Ohio. This trip to Uganda would change her outlook on medicine forever. After spending 2 years in Africa, she realized how primitive life there was. She realized that mothers and their children would die at a young age unless they were educated and healthy. She realized that a simple thermos could keep a vaccine cold for 30 days, enough times so that she could keep their young mothers and babies healthy and vaccinated. She later went to work at Bristol Myers to work on a drug called Taxol. This is because her mother and many women in Africa that she met had breast cancer. She then went to become the president of a biotech company called Genentech. Here she would work on the research called Herceptin, another cancer-fighting drug. She continued her quest to help women. It was at this time that she realized that she would never be able to become a mother, but that she could help other mothers and their children. In 2009, she became the chancellor of the University of San Francisco. Her world changed again in 2013 when Bill and Melinda Gates were looking for someone to lead their foundation. They wanted to help the extremely poor people, and the things that were still affecting them. These things were tuberculosis, malaria, polio, and pneumonia. They had $50 billion and wanted the best woman for the job. They found Sue. She would soon launch the Gates Medical Research Institute. The purpose of this institute was to research and to create vaccines to eliminate infectious diseases. She was given $100 million to improve vaccines for the world. She has displayed leadership and that she has taught medicine, and in 2014 began funding the National Institutes of Health, or known as NIH, from the Gates Medical Research Institute. She's also a world leader in the move to address gender inequalities with young girls and women. She's a big promoter that if a woman can have a voice in her medical choices, then her children will have a better medical outcome. She displays scholarship and that she has students from all over the world go to NIH to participate in programs from the Gates Medical Research Institute. She's also spent many years researching whether or not cancer was a virus, and it is now shown that many cancers are linked to viruses. Courage is the third attribute that she displays. It took courage to live in Africa and to give medical care to people who have contagious diseases. Courage does not necessarily have to be an active valor in the face of physical harm. It can simply be a giving act. People who are in extreme poverty are the definition of people facing danger. For Dr. Hellmann to give so much time to those who have so little and live in dangerous circumstances does take courage. Finally, she has shown the quality of service to others. While this service is no longer the traditional sense of volunteer service as it was at the beginning of her medical career, she has undoubtedly protected the interests of the weak. There can be no one weaker than someone who is poor, uneducated, and sick with a contagious disease. There are usually no vaccines and a short life expectancy, and compared to 78 years old in the United States. Clearly, Sue Desmond is a woman who is in continuous service to others. Yes, Dr. Sue Desmond-Hellmann has definitely displays the qualities of leadership, scholarship, courage, and service to others. She's changed the lives of women and families. In 2015, President Barack Obama directed $250 million to be given to his new Presidential Precision Medicine Innovative. NIH formed a group of experts, including Dr. Desmond-Hellmann and members of the Department of Veteran Affairs, to help the president. In 2017, Dr. Hellmann, while continuing to work on the Presidential Precision Medicine Innovative, reminded the team that public health has to become more precise in the United States today. clearly the public health and our researchers. So thank you, Dr. Desmond Hellman, for being the type of person who displays the best of what we want in our communities, for being a good researcher, a good role model for girls, and for living up to the goal of the Gates Foundation that all lives have equal value. Dr. Desmond leads her life by the American Legion values. Thank you.